very well at work, in companies, in corporate, anywhere, if they're not performing well enough, it means that they're not accessing their highest, even if they think they're aware of it, on a conscious basis, when they're actually doing it, they're not accessing their highest purpose. But if they do know how to consciously access their highest purpose, even while they're selling, let's say they're selling right now, they say, oh, selling is so tough, or selling is not my job, so I'm not good at it, I suck, for example, okay? But if you know that this is a part of this fulfilling your highest purpose, spirituality, whatever it is, then you begin to love it. Oh, this is just a part of it. This is my stuff, this is my way, this is how I run things, and this is my lifestyle. And then it begins to come up more naturally, and you're getting more into the zone. You with me on this?
The ones who are not conscious, saying that, okay, I am aware that I am not reaching and this thing, do they come under the dreamers category then? No.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
The person who are aware, see, some of them are not aware that they are not reaching their optimum level. So it's unconscious, but some of them very conscious. Okay. And this much effort will be there, but I don't want to get there. What happens? Where do they go?
I think they should be undeveloped.
See, but my best friend, she is very, she's into life coaching and Reiki and yoga and all this sort of stuff, right? And she has a very high sort of EQ, but she never does anything. Like she's not very good in the action part, like of the doing, So she's sort of stuck in this dreaming. She's doing her chanting and meditating and all of these things, sort of hoping that a career and everything will just form and land in her lap. I said, you can't just sit around putting the energy out. You have to do that, but you also have to take action as well. So it's about, it's about having that EQ and the understanding the meaning and how everything works. But if you sit at home and don't do anything, nothing's going to happen, and that's what's happening to her. I just keep saying, you have to get in action. You've got to do things, make calls, build your website, blah blah blah.
Exactly.
And she's just stuck in this dreaming phase.
So when you say SQ, you're referring to the spiritual.
The spiritual part, put your head up in the dreaming part. I mean, usually up there. You're just thinking about it, dreaming about it, aspiring to be something, and you're in that mode, always thinking about it. But actually, you're not externalizing it, you're not actualizing it in the external world. It's just a mind game.
You're not actually.
I'll show you the axis of change, you'll get to know what I mean. I'll be showing you the axis of change. So people play the game inside their head, have you noticed there are things that you thought you know it, and there are some people who come up later and actually steals the show because it was your idea long back, you thought you were the first one to have that idea, but later on someone actually came and actually did it, and then and it's in the market. You see? So dreamers are those people who tend to just say, I knew that. Your dad was, I knew that. I knew them before they knew it.
Much longer, earlier.
There would be like thousands of people who would say, Zuckerberg, that Facebook fellow, I had that idea long back. But what did you do about it? Those guys actually did something. So that's the difference. So what Emily said was perfectly, put. You can't just go inside the closet and just pray, God, help me, help me, help me, help me. You can't just do that. Right? You've got to go out. It's like there's a saying which says, God help those who help themselves.
But then on the flip side of it, I used to be in this performance thing where I do, work. I'm in action all the time, but I didn't have the EQ but now I feel like I'm in that space. I've upped my emotional quotient, whatever. So therefore I've, but I kind of think that that's possibly why we're in each other's lives. That she's very high on the EQ and spirituality stuff, which has helped me. But I'm trying to push her to be more action oriented, so that the two of us are in this,
When this is balanced, it becomes very nice. Life becomes a little more easier, because here you can get stressed out a lot.
Yes.
You really do get stressed out a lot. Here, too little of work,
Yeah.
most of just thinking. So you just again, sometimes we can get into depression
Yeah, I know.
just by being there too long. You know. So the best place is this self-actualization, yes, where you are able to actually go out and do something.